Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet. Now this is a special episode here of the NCAA 14 Highland Scotties Team Builder Dynasty, as this is a special episode of Scotties Sports Talk, and this is a recruiting special. Take a quick look here at the recruiting board that we have right now, and this is a recruiting board as we're going into week 1 of the second season with the Highland Scotties, as their first game will be against Tennessee at home, and it should be a good one. Hopefully you guys will be here on the channel to watch it. Now, as for scouting here, we've scouted pretty much every single player, but I think the last I want to say last 6 or 7 players that we have on the list here, and you guys can take a quick look here at some of the recruits that we are currently looking at here, and some of these guys not going to pan out here. I know we're not going to be able to get everybody. We only have 25 scholarships to give out. We have 35 guys on there, so that means, you know, if you did the math, 10 of them will be eliminated from here. But we're going to try our best to try to see if we can get as many of the players as we think we possibly need here, because we need a lot of freshmen for a lot of different positions for next season. And to do that here, we're gonna have to do a lot of good recruiting. Now, as for recruitment, well, I want to let you guys know that I did receive a lot of you guys' recruits that you guys wanted to be here on the channel to be a part of this team, and not everybody's gonna be on the team. Unfortunately, that's not gonna be the case, but I am gonna be recruiting them as hard as I possibly can to get them here. Now, I will let you guys know if you guys will let them for the next round of recruits. I want to say at least have them somewhere maybe close to where our school is. So states like Kansas, of course, we're in the state of Kansas, Highland is, Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska, but also too, if you take a look here and take a look, you guys can try our pipeline states that we currently have, like Florida, California, what else, Ohio, Texas, and Nebraska. So kind of look at those states for the next round of guys that want to be on here. Now we are going to go ahead, I'm going to announce now that we are going to go ahead and take for some recruits for next year. I still have recruits from last season that I didn't use, so I'm going to add those to the game here at some point towards the end of the year there. But I just kind of want to take a look here at some of the players here. There you see Jasper Reed, one of the players that we found, that was submitted to me here. He has a pretty good story here. His dad is a former Iraqi veteran who ended up dying overseas there, and he wanted Jasper really wanted his dad to come back, but unfortunately his senior year his dad passed away and wasn't able to see him in play his senior year. And right now he is playing his senior year of football. So our condolences go out to his family. But this young man he's very passionate, very a player that I think a lot of people who have families in the military or in the service would understand. But he has a great arm there. Just take a look at his numbers there. And one of the good stories that I've seen from you guys submitted here to the channel. Now I can't really get into detail of too many of the players here. There's so many of them that it would take me, it'll be almost an hour-long video just to talk about them. But Bart Graham, he is from McPherson, Kansas. Take a look there. He is I believe a defensive lineman there. And he's got pretty good numbers. We'll see his brother here, Ben, here in just a bit. But these are some really good submissions there. Excuse me, that you guys have submitted here to the channel. And like I said, some of you guys wrote some really good backgrounds on these guys here and what they're all about. And maybe in another episode or something, I could possibly talk about them and what their story is about themselves and whatnot. But Bart and Graham are both twin brothers, and they come from McPherson, Kansas. They're playing their senior year of football there, and they are big college football fans, and they have aspirations of playing football in Division One, but both are also looking realistically as they're both going into agriculture. They come from a farm just west of the town, and the boys say that their parents always told them to do bigger and better things in life than what they were able to do, and they want to go to Division One. They're actually first year, or I should say not first year, but they are going to be potentially be first generation college students. So they're happy and excited about getting their collegiate career started, and they both play on the field at the same time. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bart is older by 14 seconds, I believe, or about 2 or 3 minutes, I should say. I think 2 minutes and 14 seconds. I think he said he made a point to his little brother all the time, and I actually got a chance to talk with them, and they're great guys there. We're hoping to recruit them, as we do need some help in our defensive line there. Sherman and company there, they're not gonna be there for forever, but having two guys that are brothers that can that know each other and can play off each other very well there, that'll be something very unique and very I think awesome to see on the field. Take a look at Cameron Morgan. He is from Pittsburgh, Kansas. He's going to come into this year if recruited as a freshman, and we'll see here excuse me, his numbers there, and again, another great story here. A young man, I believe, look here, I'm trying to see if I can find my notes on him exactly, but pretty much all the submissions here, you guys did a great job with. You guys did a great job of telling me a story about about each of them, the hardships or whatever diversity had to go through. And I want to just say thanks to a lot of you guys that are doing that. And again, like I said, we're still taking submissions for next season. So definitely submit your player if you want him to be a part of the Scotties Dynasty, and part of this great team builder series that we're putting together here already, which has been a lot of fun here. We're trying to see if we can get these guys back to the top of the college football here, as we were number one going to the national championship, but unfortunately, we had to came up pretty short there, trying to get to that championship title against Alabama. Of course, Alabama, just one of those great football teams that are out there that we have to say we stuck in that game a lot. If you haven't seen the video of that game, I'll try to leave a link here somewhere here in the video about it, but it was a very, very good game there. We played our hearts out, and unfortunately just came up short when it came to the national championship there, as we play in the Rose Bowl for the BCS title. So got a tough road ahead here for ourselves as we try to get through all that and try to become try to be national champions again. This year we're playing 3 ranked opponents, and we're playing those 3 all at home. Now 2 of the 3 I believe we've already played from last year. We're playing Georgia again. I believe they're ranked 16, and then we're playing I believe Wisconsin, which we have not played. I think they might be the 2 teams. There's two of the 3 teams we've played already. The other 2 I think we have not. And then the other team is number 22 ranked, LSU. So we'll be playing those 3 teams there on the road. Everybody else, we're going to be flip-flopping pretty much, I mean, for the most part, we're playing a lot of the teams that we've had close games with, like Washington State, Georgia, who else? UMass and I believe UMass and New Mexico State. Yeah, are two teams that we're playing. Two of the the independents like ourselves. We're independent. We're going to play those two. These will be the last year we'll play against those two teams. We're both playing those teams on the road, so it's going to be see how well we're going to do against them. And then I think I announced two in the last episode or two of the Scotties Inside. We're going to be playing against Notre Dame here next year. We did a talking to Coach Teddy Bonds and the athletic director there at Highland. We're going to do a 2-year deal with Notre Dame. First year, we're going to be on the road at Notre Dame, and then the second year, Notre Dame will come to Highland. So we'll see how that goes there in that 2-year deal with them. So helping us out with scholarships there, scholarship money, and of course some notoriety there, putting ourselves on the national stage and see what we can do there. Coach Teddy Bonds is all about trying to make this team get noticed and whatnot on the field there. So hopefully it won't be a complete, won't get manhandled too much there, but it should be a very interesting game when we get into year 3 there. So okay, so one thing. Here's a very interesting guy here, Ian Johnson, one of our players that we had that we got recruited. Actually, this was one of the first ones I got submitted to my inbox for this series. And we'll see here. Ian is he's from Omaha, Nebraska, I believe, and he's a big golf fan, but he's also a football fan. And he played pretty much. He's kind of a grin. I think we released around here, or at least when I grew up, playing an 8-man football, kind of an Iron Man. He pretty much played a lot of different positions besides just one. Ian is he's known for being a quarterback in his high school, also a defensive back, and also he has also kicked. He's also a punter, so he's playing a lot of different things in his high school career, and he's hoping to come to Highland and try to do the same there. So a lot of different positions he can play in, and if you've seen there, he had a lot of areas in his game where he is looked like he could be a pretty good utility player there for our team if we can draft him, or I should say not draft, but if we can recruit him to our ball club. I will say now, if you guys can get it within that 75, I would say maybe even a little bit of 76 overall for next year's players. If you guys want to create a player that is multi-talented in offense and he's in offense and defense, or if there's 2 positions on defense he can play or 2 positions on offense he can play, try pull it off. But the thing is, I want it somewhere around 75 overall is the is the limit that you can go up to. So if you can come up with a player that can be kind of multi-task and multi-dimensional player, I'm all for it. So that was a nice job from Ian, who sent that in, and it was actually kind of fun setting that up for him and figuring out what balanced him to be still somewhere under that cap at 75. So if you guys want to do that, you're more than welcome to do that. I never say you guys couldn't, but you guys can do that. But remember, it has to be 75 overall is the limit, is the max, is pretty much the cap off there. So see here, Jalen Richardson, another wide receiver here that was submitted to us here. And that was a nice right there, as he has some pretty good power, some strength there, and agility and everything else like that. And then you got Malachi Lampkin from Falls City, Nebraska. Actually, not that far from Highland, to be honest. Just about a half-hour drive, just north of Highland. He is a young man that wants to potentially come to Highland, and we'll see recruiting wise how we're going to get him recruited here. And like I said, we're gonna look around. We're gonna look around the area. We really want to try, at least talking to Coach Teddy Bonds there, this year it's really trying to get those, not just the pipelines that we're in currently right now. Yes, we want to keep those, but we also want to open up some pipelines to other states, especially the states that are surrounding us. So like Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri, Oklahoma, Colorado, and those kind of areas. So we want to kind of work in that area there and try to open up some pipelines there. I believe you have to have 5 players from that area to consider a pipeline. So we are, we're going to be trying to really, don't get me wrong, we're going to be going after some of the big names that are around around the college area, some of the blue chippers, some of the All-Americans there. Your Mr. Football of whatever state they're in. We're going to go after those guys too, but we're going to try to keep it realistically to guys that we know that we have a good shot at. And after so many weeks here, if we cannot really excuse me. Oh man, I don't know what's going on with me today. But going back to what I was trying to say here was, realistically, we're going to try to go after guys that we can know that we can have a good chance with, and we can do. They can do a service for us. So it should be interesting. It should be very interesting. It should be. It's gonna be a little time consuming here, and may not make some sense sometimes, but like I said, we're going to go after some heavy hitters here. We're going to try to compete against other schools like Alabama, like Texas, and some of the others. Because here in a couple years, here in a couple seasons actually, we'll be by the looks of it, there's a good chance we could be going to the Big 10 or in the Big 12. So we have to deal with teams like Oklahoma State, Texas, Kansas State, and all those others. So that is something we're gonna try to get our feet wet here this season and try to go after as often, as hard as we possibly can. So that is something that we need to look at and potentially try to get ourselves in position here for the upcoming down the road here, down in the next couple of seasons. And this season we actually had a lot of submissions for wide receiver, so that's awesome. I love that. I will let you guys know if you guys want to. You got a good chance here to get your character here. I will say that this season, at least for this season or so, we have a lot of guys. We will need some help on the defensive side of the ball. So if you can help make create a player that's on the defensive side of the ball, that would be very helpful. We need help in some secondary positions like corners, safeties, and of course linebackers, and then of course if you want to submit a guy that's on the defensive line, that's even better. But really, if you want to submit any type of player, just let me. I'll leave a link to the email address you guys can send your information to, which is just our email here on our Gmail account, and just submit those players, and we'll try to get those in. Since we can't get them in this year, we can get them in next year as some players that we can get started there. So like I said, I had over, I want to say close to almost 40 submissions just for this first season, which I wasn't expecting that many. I was really expecting maybe a couple handful, but about 40 so far, and I used about 10 to 15 of them because I didn't want to use all 40 and try to target all 40 of them and not working out. So we're going to try to spread them out here over the course of a couple of seasons. So I'll let you guys know if I have way too many submissions, because it is a process to sit there and go through each of the numbers wise and try to plug them into the player, get the names right and make sure they're coming from the city and the state and all that kind of stuff, right position, stuff like that. So and what's really helped me out, if you guys could do this, is put those numbers in to let me know what those numbers are by saying, hey, strength, I want it at at 70 or whatever, just whatever category your player needs associated with that category. So if he's a defensive lineman, don't put down he has an arm strength of 80. It's like, well, okay, that's nice, but I don't really need that. So that's what I'm saying. Just give me the numbers that actually associated to that position, what they actually need to be a good player or a decent player to be a part of our for recruitment and stuff. So because I've had a couple of those that I had to get rid of, and then I had a couple that just didn't give me anything. So and for the ones that did that, sorry, but I told you in the video, that recruitment video, that this is what you guys need to let me know, because if you give me the numbers and tell me exactly what the numbers are, if you're over a few or two, I'll kind of move some stuff around and try to make it fit under that 75 cap. But if you don't do plug in the numbers and anything like that, I'm not gonna take the time to create the guy and do it myself. So that's just it just helps me, saves me time, so I can get to other things and get many more other recruits up as we need them. So but that is it for this episode of the Scotties Sports Talk recruitment special there. Hopefully if you got recruits there for next season, for the next off season, let me know. I'll leave a link there below to where you guys can submit the recruits to, all the information and stuff down below. But yep, week 1 coming up here. We got Tennessee. We'll host Tennessee, and we'll see how we do. We had a close game last year against them in Tennessee. This year could be just as close. So we'll see how we do in the week 1 of season 2 of the Highland Scotties Team Builder Dynasty here on ESGNet. That's it from me, you guys. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to ESGNet. Also, hit that bell notification if you guys want to be notified when latest videos of this series or any other series here on the channel is uploaded to the channel. And also, don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. That's it from me. As always, keep yourselves and each other healthy, and I will see you guys next time.